Hi, I'm Désirée.
And I'm Sharon.
And this is the Other What podcast.
Hello, Miss Désirée.
My dear.
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. I'm so excited about this episode. This is so cool. This is a long time coming episode. We've been talking about this for a while, so I'm super excited about it. Yes. Yes.
This is our Black Gay Pride episode, right? We're going to share kind of the history of Black Gay Pride, in particular in Atlanta. Going to tell a little bit about my past with Black Gay Pride. And we're going to talk about Sharon's experience in the last 2 years going. Then we have a fun special guest from a previous podcast, Miss Erin Thompson, is going to join and talk about her experience in Atlanta, this Black Gay Pride with us. So let's kick it off. You ready?
Let's do it. Yeah, right. I'm excited. Like I said, I think that there's so much to learn about this.
Yeah.
Along with all of our shenanigans, but there's a lot of learning too. So,
yes, there's also a slumber party involved that weekend.
Teaser. No spoilers. You got to watch. You got to listen to the whole podcast for the slumber party details. Yes.
All right. So, did a little bit of research and found out that Black Gay Pride originated in 1996 from an organizing group called In the Life Atlanta. First, it started off as just like health workshops, poetry slams, panel discussions, and parties. And there's two conflicting things I found online. It says the first one was in 1996, but then there's other information and other sites and stories that say that the first Black Gay Pride in Atlanta was actually 1997. I will say 1997 because that was my first Black Gay Pride in Atlanta. So it'd be cool if I was actually at the very first Black Gay Pride.
We'll give you that, Désirée. We'll give you that notch.
Thank you. Thank you. Black Gay Pride events are so much fun. It's necessary and has been necessary to give Black and brown people a safe space to be gay, because sometimes we're not welcomed in other spaces. And so the thinking behind this was, let's just have a space where we can just be ourselves, our music, our culture, how we dress, so many things like that. And it has been just life-changing for me in becoming more comfortable in my gayness at a very, very early age. I don't think I would have been the person that I've become now without those years of participating the way that I did, which I'll talk about in a little bit for Black Gay Pride. Atlanta, which you may or may not know, is a Black gay mecca. There are tons and tons of gay people. According to a January 2021 report from the Williams Institute at the UCLA Law School, 51.4% of Black, gay, or LGBT adults live in the South.
Whoa, that's a huge number.
Yes.
Oh my, that blows my, I did not realize it was that much.
It blew my mind as well.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that is? Is it just because we're from the South, or like?
I mean, slavery was in the South, so probably a lot of people, their families didn't get to migrate, so we've kind of all just been here. But I was surprised when I read that, because I feel like DC seems more Black Gay Pride out to me than Atlanta. So that was super fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah. So this past year was also a global Black Gay Pride session or event during the Black Gay Pride weekend. So that was new to me. And I remember Erin actually mentioned, there's going to be global Black Gay Pride Labor Day weekend, which is when Black Gay Pride is the last I guess they call it the last weekend of the summer, even though the summer doesn't end until mid-September.
Especially in Atlanta, where it's still 80 degrees outside and it's the middle of November. So summer still there.
Yeah. So the Global Black Gay Pride this year was the first one in Atlanta. And according to their website, the Global Black Gay Pride started in 2020.
Oh,
during the we called it a global racial reckoning, and during the pandemic, when many Pride events were canceled or put on hiatus. So I think it was July of 2022, Toronto held the first global Black Gay Pride event.
Oh, wow.
Which I can imagine was amazing. And I think they're going to do them every 2 years. So that could be really cool. And so this year for the Global Black Pride, it kind of reminded me of how Pride used to be, with lots of workshops, talks, art exhibits, health care conferences. We had performances at Piedmont Park by Billy Porter, Niecy Nash, Betts and Jessica Betts, Yemi Alende, uh, Omawi, they're both Nigerian artists, which is a huge deal to have Nigerian artists, in particular African artists, perform at a Black Gay Pride, because they live in countries where gay
It's not
LGBT is not allowed.
right. Not cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was really, really cool. There was one thing to point out that happened, which was quite terrifying and disappointing. The night before the first official event for Pride, someone vandalized the Starling Hotel's conference room where all of the Global Black Gay Pride stuff was set up. It was incredibly ugly, just horrifying. Thankfully, they did find out who did it and they caught that person. But I'm not going to go into details. We can share a link on what happened, but it was really grotesque.
I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah. Aaron and I didn't hear about it until probably maybe an hour or so before we were walking over to the hotel to get our stuff.
No. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
That is so scary. Wow.
Yes.
It's like you create these inclusive, safe spaces, and yet they're still not safe enough.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly.
That kind of makes me want to throw up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Well, read the story. It'll make you more nauseous. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, as I mentioned before, I started or participated in my first Black Gay Pride in Atlanta in 1997. It was like walking into the most beautiful movie with the most attractive people with the best music, but you were like in Oz. Like, it was just magical.
Was it like you were like, oh my God, if Black people were the majority, this is what it would be like. It would be like this. Like it'd be like, oh, like
No,
kind of
but
thing.
I didn't, but I mean, I could see how I could feel that way.
Yeah.
It was
Like
just magical. And it was right, soon after I came out also. So outside of Atlanta's, I call it the Everybody Pride, that's in June or now in October. It was just so fascinating. And I think it's like I said, because I had just come out, so I hadn't really been around a lot of gay people outside of the few that were at high school with me. So it was just a wild experience. And I ended up being a part of an organization, which I've mentioned before, which is called Girls in the Night. And we were like the premier promoters, party girls of the late 90s, early 2000s here in Atlanta, and also around the US. We threw parties everywhere. So that just made it even more magical. We'll put up some pictures. I found some like old flyers
nice.
somewhere in my phone, and I have some here at my house, and I'll find those so we can put those up. Just such a good time, just promoting parties. And I gotta say, I really got used to being like a little lesbian in Atlanta. It's different now because people don't know who I am. They don't know me. So now I have to wait in lines for things, which I absolutely hate.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Désirée, we need to get your lesbian card back. I mean, every party you go to, everybody talks about you. So I think you're like coming back, but it's like you got to go through the steps of like being the minor lesbian, then a minor squared lesbian, then maybe major lesbian. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure.
Like for the Pride events this year, Aaron and I bought a VIP pass to like 20 something events. We probably only went to 2 events, but listen, that pass was worth it because never a line did we have to stand in.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the bougie Désirée. Remember, yeah. She's like, I'm not waiting. This is all inclusive. I'm not waiting in line. I hear that. Even at Black Gay Pride.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Can I ask a couple questions on the history?
Yes. Please.
Do you like for Black Gay Pride? It was something to celebrate, like you said, celebrate Black culture and everything like that, and being queer and being Black. Did you feel other when you went to the Everybody Pride before there was did you ever feel other, I guess? Because I don't know if you ever went to the one before 1997, but like, did you ever feel other and you're like, no, like we need our own safe space?
Right.
Is that something that kind of popped in your head when you were at the Everybody Pride?
Only because I was a woman in mostly gay male parties. Because my roommate was a gay man and we would go to a lot of parties together. I didn't feel like a racial other. I just felt like, girl, nobody's here for fish. Nobody's
or the fish ain't allowed. I got that a couple times at the Heretic. Excuse me, fish ain't allowed here. I totally got that. Totally. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. It's interesting. So, and we've talked about this, like I hang out with mostly white people. So yesterday going to a very white restaurant with a very white group, there's this kind of unspoken, like you kind of blend in. You're allowed to be there and you're blending in with all these white people. And so you in a way, they extend their privilege bubble to you. Right?
Interesting.
Because and Désirée, I don't know if we've talked about this with our podcast family, but like I went back to the same place that me and you went to where we got shushed.
Oh,
because they didn't shush. Well, and because I think it's because I was with all white people last night, and so I'm thinking about all the Everybody Prides that I went to before I went to Black Gay Pride with you. And did I ever feel other? No. But ever since I've started really seeing and being outside of this white privilege that somehow gets extended to me because of it, I am seeing it now, though. I'm seeing that otherness. And we've talked about that, not just in like being queer and gay, but at work and everything else, which we will have other podcasts about. Yeah. But it's really fascinating. Like I never thought about it until there was that. And the inclusivity is amazing. Yeah. So, anyways, I wanted to ask that because I wonder if that was also something that like, that's why they created Black Gay Pride, because they were feeling
I'm
excluded from things.
Sure. Yeah. And the music's different. The vibe is different. It just feels different. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah.
It's interesting. The experience I had when me and Désirée first started hanging out, right? Actually, one of the first things that you invited me to it wasn't a Black Gay Pride party, but it was a predominantly like Black lesbian party that was being thrown. And I remember talking to some of my friends, some of them being Asian, some of them being white, and nobody felt comfortable going without an invitation from another Black person, and to go with a Black person too. And even recently, when I told people I was going to the party with you and Aaron and the group that we were with, still nobody felt comfortable doing it if you were not Black and or being invited. And I remember telling you about this, Désirée, and you were like, no, everybody's welcome. They can totally come. But it's weird. It's like this, like nobody would want to come with me. I was like, oh, I'm going to a Black Gay Pride thing. You guys want to come? And it was like crickets. And they're like, we didn't get invited. So we don't feel comfortable doing it. And I was like, but this is all about inclusivity. Like it's so weird that there was this thing created for inclusivity, but yet it's created exclusivity in other places. It's so strange. It's
I
super,
wonder
super
if it's
strange.
just their feelings of not being comfortable in a majority Black or brown space.
That's
Might
a
be their insecurities.
super good point. But you would think that at least with the Asians,
Mm-hmm.
there would be some kind of closeness. And we've talked about this, maybe we talked about this on other podcasts. I
Yeah.
can't remember, but there's this appropriation or this like adjacency that Black and Asian culture have had,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all the way back to like, you know, I don't even know, but I'll bring up Wu-Tang Clan, right? Like they love, like back in the 70s, you would go watch movies and they'd be mostly Kung Fu movies. And so a lot of Black people really felt an affinity to that. And I think that's why there's still a lot of that. There is that adjacency, but yet there's also these barriers of racism
Mm-hmm.
that I think that are just underlying it as well. Cause like I've said in other podcasts, Asians are we can be very racist people sometimes. And so I think that they just don't know how to reckon with it in their heads. They're like, we're American, we're not white, but we're not allowed in Black spaces. Who says?
Yeah.
But yet we've convinced ourselves that that's how it is.
Yeah.
And so it's super interesting talking to my queer. I have acquaintances. I have queer Asian acquaintances, and they just don't feel comfortable going
That's interesting because I always feel like we see some there.
Yeah. And remember at the party, and we'll talk about the parties, I think I was the only Asian. Aaron can probably qualify that too. I think I was the only Asian. I think I saw 2 white people, but I was the only Asian. And I felt completely comfortable, but I was with you guys, right? And I don't know. It was... Yeah. It's a very interesting last couple of years hanging out in that space. And then having other people see me in that space that I hang out with them. I go to their white spaces. The Asian people go to their white spaces, but yet they don't want to hang out with me at the Black spaces.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That takes me back to thinking on how I feel sometimes in other spaces. And it could be also because I didn't really grow up with a lot of white people. I didn't really have white friends until probably my 30s. And that's still like one hand and not all the fingers. So maybe it's just that for them. Like just, you got to go in order to feel comfortable.
Maybe that's what it is.
But
intimidating?
At the same time, Sharon, I am kind of also okay with people feeling like you should be invited in.
Oh, okay. Because it's a safe space and you only want safe people.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get it.
You're going to start some shit. Like we are here to have a good time and love and rejoice. And if you're not of that mind, then don't come here.
Okay. So I have a question for you then. Okay. There was, you know, the Cubby Hole up in New York City. It's a very famous lesbian bar up there. There was a straight white man that went into the bar and he was asked to leave. Not because he stirred anything up. He kind of stirred up with something like in line at the bathroom. But they did not feel safe. They were like, this is a safe space for lesbians and women who are, you know, who identify, you know, as lesbians. This is not a space for a cis white man. What do you think about that?
I'm totally okay with that.
It caused a huge stir on TikTok, I guess. It was a big controversy about it.
Instead of the man, seriously.
So it's interesting because if you think about, and we've had this conversation about lesbian bars, right? They're being watered down. Right? Like they're not true lesbian bars anymore. They're not true gay bars anymore because, and even straight bars are also not totally, but like Black Gay Pride is Black Gay Pride, and it's got its like its box around it. It's super interesting.
I love hearing this from you because I don't see this perspective. I think because I'm in it, so this is really interesting hearing your take on it.
I even think that Everybody Pride, which I love that you call it Everybody Pride, it's watered down. Like all those floats we saw, it's all commercial. It's all big companies. It's all like, woo woo, we have a DEI program, but oh no, we don't. Just kidding, right? Like I feel like it's gotten so, it's like Burning Man. It's become so commercialized. The meaning is gone from when it was back in the 90s. And we're teaching a lot of our new generation that it's all about, you know, getting candy, like the kids, right? They're like, oh, koozies and whatever. No, this is about being queer and celebrating it. That's what it's about.
And being safe.
And being safe. I love too that you were like, you listed all these like really cool people that did performances at Black Gay Pride this year. All the performances that used to be super cool in Atlanta for the Everybody Pride, now it's like I don't even know who these people are.
It could also be that we're older now, Sharon, and we're not as hip as we think we are.
Okay, maybe, but I mean, we're on Instagram. We see this stuff. We kind of know what's going on. I don't know. I feel like it's interesting. It's like it's the Black Gay Pride is what Everybody Pride was.
Mm-hmm.
And then Everybody Pride is now turning and morphing into something that I just don't recognize anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the parade alone was like 4 damn hours. That's too long.
It was ridiculous.
That's
and
too long.
Most of the floats were commercial.
Yes.
All the big companies, like it just, it's really, really changed a lot. So, I feel very privileged and honored, Désirée, that I get to be in both of these spaces. And one, I get to be in this space with you because I don't think enough people do, and they don't feel comfortable being in these spaces. They talk about it, but they don't do it. They don't go. And it's interesting. I kind of want to like think about it a little bit more on the why.
Yeah.
Why, like here we are talking about all this, like
just ask them.
We could maybe do a poll. We've always wanted to do that, like person on the street thing. We can always just be like, why don't you feel comfortable going to Black Gay Pride? People would be like, what's Black Gay Pride? We're like, oh shit, here we go again, But anyways, but it's been fun. But you want to take a little break? Bring Miss Erin on.
And then we'll bring Erin in to give her tip.
Because we love Erin. Y'all remember Erin? She's amazing. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back in a sec. See ya.
Live from another city and not in a closet. She just looks straight, but she's not, ladies and gentlemen. Erin Thompson. Welcome. Welcome, Erin. Welcome back.
Thanks.
You were such a fan favorite. We were like, we have to have Erin back on.
Yes.
So thank you so much for agreeing to participate in our shenanigans once again.
Mm-hmm. I'm always down for shenanigans.
Yeah. Shenanigans. And we had the best time at Black Gay Pride, Global Gay Pride, like all the Black Gay Pride things.
The whole weekend was so much fun. From the most I can remember.
Yeah, especially. I mean, I just remember lots of laughing.
Yes.
I remember pizza. I remember a really good breakfast. It was really, really fun. And I'm really happy that you were able to come down and hang with us in person, which was so fun. Yeah. We wanted to kick off the segment. We want to hear from you. Mm-hmm. Like, why did you want to do this? Why did you come down? Like, tell us your story, and then we'd love to hear about your favorite parts and all that stuff too.
I think for me, just being new to my queerness, being in those spaces is just very rejuvenating is not the right word. I feel like a lot of times I'm on pins and needles, right? Mm-hmm. And I can relax in those spaces. So that's really why I wanted to come. And also here in Pittsburgh, there's not a lot of Black spaces, and especially not a lot of Black queer spaces. Like there's one party, the Scissor Party, which is a Black queer space. But they like now that winter's here, it's done. So I don't even know. All of our bars have been shut down, and it's really funny because you were mentioning inclusiveness. And we have a bar here called Lucky's where the men dance naked on bar tops. And the first time I went was when I was still in my straight phase. And
I love that straight phase.
I know, it's a phase. Y'all, when you're straight, it's a phase. Just saying.
I was in my straight phase. And it was funny, I actually felt more accepted then. I went, with a girlfriend and they, like, didn't want us there. It was really I was like,
Mm.
"Oh." So we left. I was like, "But I'm queer." I mean, she's not, but I am.
Yeah.
But
But wait, they asked you to leave because you were female?
yeah, like, so when we first walked
Oh.
in, there's, like, a bar, and it was fine there, and then we went into the space where the men were dancing,
Mhm.
and the other thing that I've noticed, we have a lot more tourists in Pittsburgh, so sometimes, like, I'll be in spaces and I'll think it's a Pittsburgh thing and realize that these people came from somewhere else,
Mm.
but so I'm not really sure because it was also, like, a lot of pop-ups happening, so it might have just been additional people in town for that, but I specifically remember, like, this group of guys almost, like, booing and hissing when we came in, and I was so oblivious. I have no situational awareness. I had no clue it had anything to do with me, and my friend was like, "Aaron, it's us." Like, they're they're hissing at us.
My God.
That's crazy that that's still happening today, right? Like,
I was
Desiree, I
really
guess I just haven't
surprised.
been to a gay male exclusive club in a really long time.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
if that would happen to us.
now, total change of topic, but
Mhm.
I have to ask this. What are people being tourist for in Pittsburgh?
Wait, what?
You said that there are lots of tourists coming, and I said, Why?
I have
Why are
no
they
idea.
there?"
Like, so even I have no clue. I mean, I know we have the Steelers, so maybe football season's in, they're back for
Okay.
that.
All right.
All
But
those
like,
gay football fans,
yeah,
they all go to Pittsburgh. Oh
It's the tight
no.
pants,
Who
baby.
knew it? And
The
yeah,
tight
must be
pants
this.
and the butts.
the butt.
Okay, I'm sorry, I derailed it. Okay, so
Yeah.
back to you and go.
So yeah, so that's why I wanted to come to Atlanta Pride. It was actually my only my second Pride. Um, and it did not disappoint. Um, the beautiful people. It was warm and welcoming, great music, great drinks. I had a good time. I really wish Piedmont Park. I wish we had went back for that.
Yeah.
That was
We got there too early and then walked back
yeah.
and then just didn't make it back down there.
It was hot. It
Mm.
was hot.
It
Yeah.
was hot. Were you wanted to go back to Piedmont because of like the
It was like a
musical
music,
acts?
yeah. So it was
The
like a
music
musical
thing?
festival,
Yeah.
just
Big
to. Hmm.
little
The market
tents.
area. And I
Yeah,
bet the people watching was really good, like you
Yeah.
said.
it
I
definitely
remember
was. It
going
was
to that
great.
one party, the one party we went to, and Desiree should give a shout out because I know you know the
Ladies that
woman who
play.
ladies at
Tanya
play.
Chandler, yeah.
Yeah, like that was an awesome party, and I was like, hey, Aaron, so many women.
That night.
You did.
You got a lot of kisses that night, girl.
Yeah.
Did I?
No, just
I think you
one
got
person.
just one.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I only remember
Yeah.
Oh,
one.
but she was dancing with lots of ladies though.
Oh yeah,
Well, you
Oh
know, you
yeah.
should.
yeah.
And
You
when I say
should.
dancing, grinding, dancing,
She was
yes,
stretching.
stretching. She was stretching. Yes, you made so many friends that night. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was a good time. Yeah. I had a much
Yeah.
better time that night because I didn't wear my heels.
Yes.
The first night went out, and I started out drunk because your bartender friend made drinks.
Yep.
So
Yep. I guess I still know a few people.
you do.
I was gonna say, I think you're still considered a lesbian. Maybe not like
Just to the
where you
old
were back
heads
in the
that
yeah.
that still were like, oh, I think I know who that is.
So what my favorite part about Ladies at Plays is my second year going to that party is that it's mature hours.
Yes.
I love that it's mature hours.
Yes.
And what was it? 5 to
9.
5
That's
to 9.
perfect time. It was
It
like
really
perfect time. Yeah.
Hell yeah, for the ladies in their 40s. And remember the lady that was in her walker
Yeah.
that was making the rounds at the bar and
How
would come
did
back to her
that?
walker?
I
It
missed
was
that.
me and Maisha were like hanging out. And we're like,
I completely missed
and
that one.
she was grinding with the ladies at the bar.
I missed
She'd
that.
get up from her walker. She'd walk around. She'd grind with the ladies and then come back to her walker and take a break.
You got to
And we were
Yeah.
rest. And then she'd get back up. I think she like danced with a couple of the friends in our group too. I was like, props to that lady. She is
I don't remember
working it even at this age. Yes.
I don't remember that. I remember walking around to both sides because we kept trying to find some place to sit, and just dancing. And there were so many people who I hadn't seen in years that were out. It was a good time.
It
Aaron,
was a good time.
so we went to what, just 3 parties total or 4?
I think 3. I want to
So
say
we went
3.
to MSR that Thursday.
Yes.
Friday was a slumber party. Saturday, what did we do Saturday?
Wasn't that the girls at? Right?
No, that
Was
was on Sunday.
Oh.
Oh wait, was it Saturday?
We didn't know what day of the weekend is.
We did the Beyonce thing.
Because Maisha came out with us.
Yeah. So
Saturday.
I think Beyonce was Sunday, and then I think the ladies at Play was Saturday.
Beyonce, because we made friends with the 2 queer dudes. Yeah, that's how we got seats.
Shelly came with us there.
Yeah.
Did you, Aaron? Did you get any like longer term contacts out of Black Gay Pride weekend, or was it no? Okay. I didn't know if anybody called you back because I know you were exchanging numbers with some people, weren't you?
Did I?
Or maybe I was wrong on that one.
I mean, I do that and then I block people.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think
really?
that's still left over from when I was my straight phase. You give out numbers because people get, men get angry. So I just give out my number and then I block everything later.
Oh, okay. I mean, because you
telling Aaron, we can't stand too close to each other because people will think we're together. So I'm gonna be over here. I'll come talk to you for a little bit, then I'm gonna go back over on this side.
Heidi would kick in and I'd be right next to Des anyway.
oh man. I don't know. I did not see much social anxiety. You were like making friends. Yeah. And like it was awesome to see like this, like you were like a social butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so cool to watch. And you were just having so much fun and you were just chatting up people, whoever, would be standing next to you. We checked out a couple girls. I was like, what'd you think about? Remember that one? You like the mask ones for sure. That one girl. You never talked to her, did you?
I think she was one that I talked to for a second outside that was supposed to meet with us, and I don't know what happened. I think we were supposed to meet later.
Yeah.
Oh, because we didn't go back out after that. We just went back. We got Wendy's and headed home.
Oh yeah, late night eats. That's the best. Yeah, because Calvin was back there.
It wasn't even late night. It was like 9 o'clock.
It felt late night. It wasn't
late night for the women in their 40s.
Woo! So old.
Oh my God.
I think that is part of the problem. Is because I really. Oh, I wish I had come out so much earlier. I would have had so much more fun. Because now I just don't feel like going. Like people are like, oh, there's a party. I'm like, I'm gonna have this cookie lay on my couch.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Is it later than 9? Because I'm not going.
That's not. And then if it's later than 9, I need to know in enough time that I can take a nap before. No.
I know it. I hear that. I just what is going on? I had a great time. I love the mature hours, and then you're in bed by 10:30. It's like the best ever because you still get to party.
Yeah.
And you still get to do. Yeah, and you feel like you're back in your 20s, and you're like, look, bedtime. Which is so nice. So I really appreciate that. What did you guys think about how about the other parties that y'all went to? What were the best things about those? Like the Beyonce one, the MSR one?
Let's see. The music to me is always good. That's usually the best thing. Music. Do I have space to dance? And I have, as long as I can find a little space to move around, I'm good.
That first
so Aaron,
night, that's all Des did was dance. It was.
I was gonna say, did Des take off her shirt?
This little.
Yeah. I have my hat on.
I know, right? But like when Desiree takes off her shirt, it's serious. She throws it down.
No, she didn't come out of her shirt.
Oh my God.
Did I have I don't even remember what I was wearing. Did I have like a
button down?
So I might have unbuttoned it and did a little bit.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she definitely was in the zone for that first night. And it was funny because at one point it was
my friends
2 floors
with us.
Yeah, because they remember she made drinks,
bartended for us,
and then we gave the other one like half of a gummy, and she couldn't handle it, so she was
She was sitting quiet the whole night. The rest of us were like,
Oh my God. Woo!
And
Y'all
then her
and the
girlfriend got
gummies.
mad because she cost me my seat. Like she
yeah,
was supposed to sit down, but in her drunken like state, she got up and
yeah.
left. the seat.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So like when it was the 2 floors. I don't even know if you guys noticed, but I just happened to look over. There was like a stage and they were performing. It was like
Yeah.
girls dancing on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang it, that's where we should have been.
Yeah.
Was
We
this at
did that
MSR?
Friday.
This is at MSR.
Yeah.
We
Is that
still
what it
have to
was?
go.
Yeah.
I think I canceled on Desiree going to MSR one night because she wanted to meet at 10:30 at night, and I was like, I'm gonna be too tired.
I understand. I just thought I'd try.
I know. One of these days you're gonna get me out to MSR.
Yeah.
One of these days. I'm just
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm so lame-o for that. But oh, that's great. And how was the Beyonce one? Was that a drag show? Or was that
Yeah.
okay? Oh,
All
cool.
Beyonce, all drag. That was fun too.
Nice.
It was.
I love to see a good drag queen. I love a good drag performance. Lots of fun. Very
Yes.
high energy.
Mhm.
And we also had seats because Erin talks to people even though she thinks that she doesn't.
That's
And
just
we got
when,
some guys to let us sit down with them.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah.
love
And we
that.
could see the stage right where we were
Mhm.
sitting, so it was super comfortable. And good
Nice.
people watching.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Erin, go ahead. Go ahead,
So I
Desiree.
was gonna say, was there anything that you wanted to do or experience while you were here that we didn't do that we should make sure to do next
Oh.
time?
we didn't do any burlesque shows.
Okay.
Like there was the one that I want. Remember there was on
Yeah.
our party there was one, but we couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't find the venue?
We couldn't find like the link on the site was broken.
Yeah.
So we could
Yeah.
never figure out where it was happening.
It was really weird when I would go to the site because you guys were like, oh,
Mhm.
I was like, should I buy a pass too? And I was like, I don't even know how to navigate this website.
That
It was
was
just, it was really weird.
their
Their
website
UI is
wasn't
not
that
great.
good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Aw.
Because we weren't even sure at one point what we were buying. We were
Yeah.
like,
I was like, what? I'll just get it. We'll figure it out.
When
like,
you
and then I
come,
keep reminding dads, I'm like, look, we're in 2 different tax brackets. I don't have the luxury of being like, well, we'll just get it.
okay, how about this, Erin? How about this, Erin? When you come back,
Yes.
what's something that you want to do again?
Oh wait, no. That I want to do again.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to
you did
go.
this
What was
time.
it? The ladies at play. I
Ladies
think
at
that
play.
I
Yeah.
definitely enjoyed that. We have to have another sleepover. Like
Yes.
out of everything we did, that was probably I enjoyed that the most.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about our slumber
We're
party.
going
We
to
have
do
to
that
go
in
to
the
your
next
taco
segment.
place too.
Oh yeah.
Those tacos and margaritas were good. So
Mm.
I definitely want to do that.
Cheese. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Yo, we're totally gonna, I think it's great that the slumber party was like kind of at the highlight of
Yes.
like everybody's list. And it was really just an impromptu, non-sanctioned Black Gay Pride slumber party.
Pride event.
Like everybody should be on the agenda. Everybody should have a slumber party
Yes.
on their list for the weekend. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Absolutely. Nothing like just having friends and getting to be just silly together, like how we were when we were kids and have sleepovers. It was just so refreshing.
Nobody does it anymore. It's so true. We're all like buttoned up and adulty and whatever. Blech. Yeah. We're okay. So let's put a pin in that. Let's take a little quick break and then we'll come back and let's talk about adult slumber parties. Because dang it, we need to do more of those. It was too fun. All right. Talk to you guys in a second. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. We are here with our favorite Erin Thompson. We're still talking about Black Gay Pride, which was so much fun. And we want to close out this segment with like what everybody should be doing as an adult, having slumber parties.
Yes.
And like I want to hear Erin, like, was one of your most favorite things. You want to do it again when you come back down to Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Like, tell us more about this slumber party and like why it was so much fun and
So
why you want
first
to do it again and all that stuff.
the food was amazing. I don't know
Oh,
where that pizza place was, but the
Where I
crust,
don't even remember where we ordered
we got
pizza
it from
from.
Fellini's.
knew the
Okay.
wait for that pizza, I knew it was going to be amazing
Yeah.
because it was cars lined up everywhere. I was like, oh, I know this is about to be so good.
Shout out to Fellini's. I
We
mean, it's
did
good.
pick it up on the way back
Mm-hmm.
from Darlene's. Okay.
Yep.
It's coming back to me.
Oh, I forgot about I got to meet your
Desiree,
aunt.
Yeah.
That was a good time too.
Oh,
That
she
whole
is a
Friday was fun.
she is
I
a
love
hoot.
her.
Yeah.
She is so much fun. Desiree and I have like we've just gotten drinks with her before. She is awesome.
Yeah.
We drove down all the way to Savannah with her
Sure
and
did.
back.
Mm.
That was
Sorry,
cool.
go ahead, Aaron.
Sorry. So yeah, squirrel. The food was amazing. The movies you picked out were hilarious.
Oh my
Like,
God.
we
Do we remember
still
these movies, Desiree?
I didn't write it down, but I could look it up real quick. They were just
Yes.
some old
I just remember
movie.
the lines. Because the one, I was a little disappointed because the first one was supposed to be like this, like lesbian film,
Yeah.
and
But it's black
we
and
didn't even
white.
make it to the lesbian part. Like,
I think it was like all like undertones. I don't think it
Yes,
actually
yeah.
was like high, like there was gonna not be
Yeah.
like a lesbian thing. But it's
Yeah.
one of those like slow burn black and white
Yeah.
movies, and you're like, this is
It
so
was too
slow.
slow.
But
It was so slow.
that line, "Can I lend you some money? You're probably broke."
Probably.
I was like, can you imagine being on a date and somebody says that to you? That is wild.
It's either a young man with a horn or
It was
Theater
that
of
one.
Blood.
It was Young
Yeah.
Man with the Horn.
Yeah,
It was the horn.
we did. We finished watching it, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I think it helped that we were all on edibles
Oh,
during
absolutely.
the movie
Yeah.
because it was so
Absolutely.
slow. I think I would have fallen asleep if
Yeah.
it wasn't for the edibles and all the laughing from
Yes.
from the two of you because you guys were on higher milligrams than me, and I
Yes.
was sitting there going,
And
"What's
then I was getting
happening?"
squirrely and just like changing to stuff and like
You were. We just couldn't. We had ADD like crazy because then we went to
We were
that
on
Vincent
YouTube
Price
at
movie.
one point. Yes.
Yes.
Theater
And then
of
didn't-
Blood is the Vincent Price
Theater,
one.
yeah.
Oh, that
And
was
then
a good
didn't
one.
we ended up on I Kissed a Girl, the one that we had talked about on a previous
Yeah.
podcast. And
Oh,
y'all
wow.
went to sleep and I ended up watching the end of the second episode and I was like so tired. I was like, oh my God, just kiss the fucking girl. Just do it already. Oh my
That
God.
whole weekend, Des kept putting me in bed because she's like, Aaron, you're asleep.
She's almost like, I'm like, girl, go to the room, go to sleep.
I know.
I'm
She's
not.
so cute. It was so cute.
I'm like, you are snoring. Get out the couch, go get in the bed. Then she would go to her room, and then I would wake up, and she's in the bed with me. She's like, "Oh, it's cold."
Oh, that's so cute.
I remember the one night because that was the night we went to Wendy's.
Yeah,
I was like, Des was like, let me get in bed first.
but this is the thing. She would like get in the bed with a blanket already wrapped around her, and then under like my covers and stuff. I'm like, "What are you doing? That is too hot."
Cold.
And you just run cold, and you live in a cold place. You just must be cold like a lot. Oh, she just wanted to cuddle, Desiree.
No. One of
Aw.
my favorite parts of that night was playing the game. I know you fucking lying.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
forgot about that too. That
I have to
was
share a link.
so
So this is a game that
fun.
this guy created. He's a YouTube personality. I think his name is Terrell Grice or Grease. Forgive me for mispronouncing it. But he hosts, as a Black gay man from South Carolina, he hosts a show on YouTube where he has all these celebrities, singers, actors, Broadway stars, gospel singers come in and play games with him and sing and, kind of interview. And it's so much fun. So one of the segments on his show, he'd play a game called I Know You Fucking Lying. And the premise of the show is you get a card and let's say I can name, the card says how many states. So you say, I could name one state. And it goes just around and around until, you get to somebody who you don't think could name it. So either anybody can say, I know you fucking lying. And so the person who was challenged has to name the amount that they said. So if they said, I can name 20 countries in Europe, as I did that one time,
Oh my God. She's lying. Are you so not bragging there, are you, Desiree?
I mean, I had just come from 3 of them. So I was like, no, I got that. So if I guess them all, the person who challenged me has to take a shot. And then if I don't get them, then I have to take a shot. Now, because we were already at an elevated state, we just said, we'll take a sip. We'll just take a sip. And I think we almost went through that whole bottle of tequila.
The whole bottle was pretty much gone. Gone. I know. And Desiree, by the way, everybody, she is a connoisseur of tequila. So I was a little nervous. I brought this bottle in. I was like, I really hope she likes it. And you bought a second bottle for the next party that we went to because you liked it so much. I was like,
did.
yes.
And I've bought a bottle since.
Yeah. It's so good.
One of my favorites. Yeah, it's so
good. And it's also just like, I think it's a good price point too, which is good. So you don't feel guilty like drinking the whole thing in one night. Not that I felt guilty at all because it was so much freaking fun doing all the shots anyways.
Yeah.
But I had to catch up with you guys. It was really hard because you guys, I think the edibles you took like definitely hit you faster than my little edible. I have to take like a 10th of what you guys take because I am such a lightweight, literally a 10th. I brought my own gummies. I was like, you guys offered me the gummy and you even cut it in half. And I was like, no. I'm not touching that.
Like, no.
I took a half of the gummy I brought. It was like a 10th of what I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to stick to. So I had to catch up. So I don't think I was sipping. I think I was doing a couple shots because I kept on
really trying to catch
challenging. I was really like
just laughing so much. I don't even know what we were laughing about at this point, but I just know that my core, my abs are so laughing.
Your face hurt from smiling so much.
Yes, it did. And we bounced all over the place from the game to the food to the movies and
oh my gosh,
couch in the kitchen to the couch.
Oh my God. And anyway, we actually went to bed at a decent time. It's not like we were up till 2 a.m. I think like Desiree put everybody to bed, like 11ish. Yeah. Desiree put everybody to bed. Yeah. She's very responsible. She put me on the couch.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all cozy and passed out. It was great. And then can I just say in the morning, Desiree was like the best hosts.
Thank you.
Those espresso, you made like lattes. They were
cappuccinos.
Amazing. And then the breakfast, you can cook me breakfast anytime, girl.
I would love to.
Anytime you want.
I would love to.
Oh my God. Yeah. Was so good. You treated us like, I felt like I was like in a 5-star hotel. It was just so nice to be like.
I didn't want to go home.
To
cook for myself and take care of little people.
One of my friends in DC, her fiance came and stayed with me for a week for her birthday. They were both supposed to come, but then my friend wasn't able to. So I was like, she could still come down here. And I cooked every day because I usually do. And so she told her fiance, who's my friend, I am not coming home because Desiree takes good care of me.
I believe it. Nobody wants to leave, Desiree.
I know.
I think I hung out till like noon and I was like, okay, I guess I better go. We watched Broadway things. Oh, Andrew would have loved it. We were watching all this Broadway stuff that Desiree found that was awesome. Yeah, the mashups were so cool.
Yes.
So yeah, it was so fun. So yeah, I highly recommend adult slumber parties. And like, it was like, we just laughed. We didn't do anything crazy or get into any trouble. Like we just drank and just enjoyed each other's company in person, IRL, right? Like it's something that we just don't do enough, I think too. So
yeah,
it was so good.
The first time you guys got to actually meet in person. So that was exciting because there's been so much buildup of this hangout weekend to actually like get together.
I ran to Sharon in the
lobby. I was like, I know. We were like, I know. It was so fun. And I think too, what was great was Aaron, I met you and we did the slumber party. We're all being all casual. And then the next day we got super fancy for the ladies at play party. So it was kind of cool to see all of us like kind of go from like slumber party slumming it to like fancy. I thought that was I thought that was the best.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun just to be in two totally different spaces in like 48 hours together. So fun on that level. So
Yeah.
yes, I think it was probably one of the most fun nights I've had too, and just easy.
Yeah.
I think that's too, right? Nobody had any there was no like drama. We were just having a good time, good conversation, and no hangups. Like I think in this day and age, like we have shitty weeks. Like it's a joy, it's a gift to have things like that.
Absolutely.
So with people that you really want to be around, right? So
absolutely.
anyways, that was so fun. Okay, highly recommend. Put that on everybody's bucket list, please.
Yes.
Have slumber parties with some of your good friends. You will not regret it.
You sure will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
So
thank you,
do you
Aaron.
still want to play a game, Sharon?
I don't have anything prepared.
Okay.
Because Sharon got really lazy and didn't do crap this week. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Leave it this, and I'll try and do a lightning round for like the next time we're together. But I didn't do a very good job.
Sharon, I have to ask you, what's the photo in the background?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I found it online. Are you guys into, Aaron? It looks like you're going to be really into you're into comic book kind of manga stuff. Yeah. So I just found it online. I think it's an android samurai woman with one arm. And it just spoke to me when I saw it online, and I had to buy it as a poster, and I have it hanging, and it kind of just embodies a lot of what I've gone through in the last couple of years. And I'm still surviving, even though I got shit like cut off. It's not a big deal. I can come back from it.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite ones. Yeah. I'll put it in the show notes where I got it. I don't even know the artist. It just, you know how you like just see something and you're like, yes, I need to put that up. I need to have it. So it's a good reminder for me. Yeah. It's been
wonderful.
fun. Yeah. All right. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for coming on. We love your energy and we love your spirit. So yes. And we're probably gonna have you on as like a special guest, like next season too. So we'll definitely be back. And again, thank you everybody for listening. You can support us on Instagram, Facebook. You can listen to us on Spotify or wherever you stream your podcasts, and watch us on YouTube. Check out the merch on theotherwhat.com, and we'll be here, and we're excited to do more of these with you guys. So thank you.
Indeed.
All right. Bye, y'all. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Other What podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave us a thumbs up, and share with your friends. It really helps us grow. This episode was hosted by Sharon and Désirée Jamerson and produced by Andrew Marconi. We'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Instagram at The Other What and tell us your show ideas, comments, and suggestions. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, all of the podcasting platforms, and our website, theotherwhat.com, where you can listen to all our episodes, check out show notes, and shop for merch that supports the show. The Other What is proudly brought to you by 559 Labs. We'll see you next time.